Welcome back to Anti-Depressing. This is the show where we talk about everything from liturgy.
To Lexapro. Hello,
Hey,
hello. How are
hello
you?
everyone. I'm here. I'm thriving. I'm excited. I'm trying to figure out my password to Quizlet. How are
No.
you?
Honestly, shout out to Quizlet. This episode
Quizlet.
is sponsored and not sponsored by Quizlet. Um,
So true. And what
yeah.
isn't, honestly?
And
If
what
you weren't
isn't?
doing Quizlet, what were you doing?
My half of my college education was sponsored by Quizlet. I would like to say for this episode, everyone, we are excited to be back in our get to know ya connection deep question era. So
We're
this
bringing it
episode
back.
is a special one. It's a little shorty, and it's just kind of like a hey, let's just kind of get a refresher on each other. And you can bank these questions. Maybe you can ask your bestie or your boo bestie. Because honestly, some of these questions are interchangeable. What does that say about Jasmine and I relationship? I don't know. It's pretty spooky.
I
But
just think any relationship worth its salt, any depth relationship, it has like the same kind of energy as a dating relationship.
it
Like
honestly does.
that is the depth.
Like, would you rather have someone's hands on your hips or tangled in your hair? I mean, that
So like that one I would say doesn't apply. But
I
I
don't
will
know.
say this to me, this episode is it's Valentine season. It's love season. And so if you're going on a date, if you're going on a first date, if you're taking a leap in your relationship. If you're at home with your husband and you're like, what do we even talk about anymore? We've talked about everything. I doubt you've talked about all these random questions we're about to ask you. And so
Mhm.
this is kind of it's a mock, this is what you could do.
Mm.
This is what could help. So, anyways,
So here we
we're going to be asking some relationship questions.
Yeah, so here we go. So first for you, Jasmine, we're
Please
gonna jump
ask me
right in.
anything.
Would you rather have a fancy night out or a movie night at home?
I feel you already know this, but I will answer for the viewers. I would be more pro a movie night at home. I love the indoors, especially right now in Wisconsin. It's supposed to be like negative 40 with the wind chill.
Yes.
I just think it's an inside time for me in general. Now, I will say it depends on the outing. Like a fancy night out, yes, that sounds fun. It sounds like a lot of effort. I have kids I need to get childcare for. And so there's added elements here. But something about just being on the couch watching a movie is that's the sweet spot. And as far as friendship, there's nothing greater than a friend you could just sit and watch a movie with and you don't need to like try. Like we don't have to get
Nothing.
dressed up and meet each other for dinner, but we're not even riding in the same car. We're like meeting there. That's just different. It's just different than just sitting on a couch and being able to just rot in silence together. That's the stuff.
There is nothing being able to rot in silence, just sitting. We here's a date night idea for those listening. Jasmine and I went to Trader Joe's and picked up a bunch of snacks. And I think for the week that I was at her house, we just ate from those snacks and
Yeah.
just sat on the couch like every single night. And
Because
it
what's really
rocked.
better?
And it rocked. And then one night we did go to Olive Garden, which we did post on our stories.
Which is
Um,
so fun.
and so, but it was one of like just the best weeks ever because the one night we did go out, her husband, which we love him, was like, I'm gonna just stay home with these kids and put them to bed. And why don't you and Chanel just go to Olive
Why
Garden?
don't you guys go? And I was
And
like,
we
"Oh my
were like,
gosh,
yeah.
best night of
And
our life."
it was like the best night ever.
It is
Um,
true.
yeah, so I don't know, you guys, that could also be something. Go to your local Trader Joe's, pick up some fun snacks, and just kind of, like, plan to never go outside.
That's so true, like, that's a date. There it
Mhm,
is, you know? So
mhm.
true. I have a deep question for you. I'm gonna get right
Let's do
into it.
it.
Are you ready?
Let's do it, yeah.
Oh, wait, where to go? Okay. How does one earn your trust? There's follow-up questions,
Ooh,
but let's
okay,
start there.
okay. How does one earn my trust? Okay, let's see. I think that someone can earn my trust by just being someone honestly, I need, like, tons of affirmation. I
Yeah.
need lots of affirmation. So I feel like someone can earn my trust by just affirming that they're as into that relationship as I am. You know,
Mm,
it's like because 'cause I'll put in effort, but if I'm not receiving any effort back or any kind of word of like, "Wow, this is a really nice relationship for me," then I will
yeah,
start being like, "Uh-oh, I don't know if I'm, like,
if I can
over
trust. Yeah,
if I can really trust that this person's as into this." And then just, like, the normal stuff, like being someone of your word.
yeah,
There's someone where, like, over time, you start being like, "Hey, sorry, busy. Hey, sorry, busy." And that's fine because at that point, we
yeah,
would have already established a relationship. But in the beginning, I'm very big on, like, quality time and lots of
yeah, people need to
affirmation.
show up for you. That
People
makes
need to
sense.
show up or I'll be like, "Uh-oh. I don't know about this." So, yeah.
It's so true. Okay, the follow-up question is,
Mhm.
have I earned your trust?
Oh, this is crazy.
It's on the sheet,
This
Chanel.
is honestly crazy. I don't know. Yeah, and I actually don't know. Mute. So yeah, obviously, yes. For those that do not know, I lived, and if you do know us, you do know, but I lived with the Joberts for like months with their kids.
Truth.
There
Mhm.
have been many a milestone that y'all have been there for me. And so please. That is the craziest question. But if you're thinking to yourself, if you have someone in your life that you're like, I wouldn't even ask them that because of course they have, then you have found yourself a gem
That's
and
so true.
you
It's
should hold
so
on tight
true.
to that. So the answer to the second question is of course, and that's a dumb follow-up, but I do
Thank
get
you.
it for the sake of the game.
The third follow-up is how can I earn your trust more, but I think we really
Oh
closed that up.
geez. That is so
Okay, I
crazy.
have a more appropriate
There's
question to
no
ask.
way.
When do you think is, like, the year we've been friends now
Gosh.
13 years, I wanna say,
Yeah. Wow.
2013, we solidified
Uh,
our friendship. So insane. What do you think is the year that we moved from, like, we're camp friends to, like, I would trust you with my life? What would you say?
I honestly
The
don't
first
know
year?
because I feel like
I don't
everything
know.
swirled after, like
Everything swirled.
everything kind of swirled and moved quickly because we knew
It
each
was a
other.
whirlwind
It was a
relationship.
whirlwind, and I got kind of enraptured
I
in
got
your
swept
whole
up.
I got swept up in your whole thing,
My
but I
gosh.
feel like things moved kind of like we knew each other and then but we just weren't on the same we worked at like a camp together. We weren't on the same like staff thing together, so didn't get spent
Yeah,
a
the
lot of
first
time.
year. Mhm.
But then, once I think I came to Wisconsin and we worked together for one of your events.
That retreat.
'Cause
Mhm,
yeah,
mhm.
'cause I had known you and I was like, "I really wanna be friends with her," but then I was like, "Well, I only see her during the summer," and you were like, "I'm doing this camp," and I just said, "Okay." And I don't even know why I felt this, like, compulsion to buy a ticket to go to
I
Wisconsin,
know.
but it was so fun, and
But
I
no
don't know,
back, no
literally
regret.
after that, I was like, "Okay."
That's so
You know
true.
yeah, I was like, "Okay," and then I was just kind of like, "Alright, so I guess we're kinda in this." And then I
Yeah,
was just like
too late.
and then we were both kinda like, "Alright, well, I guess we'll see each other every summer, but then can I live with you also?" And
Also all
then
the time.
and
Yeah,
then also all the time, and I don't know, it happened kind of I don't know, as the romantics say, it
I
happened
know.
kind of organically. I felt kind
It
of
did, we
like
got swept away. Yeah, it's so
yeah, I felt
true.
kinda like I got swept up in it, and I
I
was
know,
just
it
kind of like
happens to the best of
yeah, it
us.
was like a double deal, you know? I was, like,
It's
friends with
so
you,
true.
connected with your husband, and I was like, "Oh, I don't know." So,
I
yeah.
know. It's wild if you're in the early stages of friendship and you're like, I just don't know how to get to the point where we're just sitting on the couch watching a show. Just like know that like sometimes it just happens like that. Like you
Yeah.
just got to keep trusting the process. And if someone's giving you the energy and the effort that they want to continue like putting into a relationship, then that's it. Same
Yeah,
for
then
dating.
that's it, and you just
To
kinda
match
like
that energy, man.
there it is, and you just kinda, like, slide into just being like, "Well, this is okay." And sometimes it doesn't have to be anything, like, astonishing. It could just really be like, "Yeah, I
So
like
true.
hanging out with this person." Honestly, we connect like, if I were to say it should have been something astonishing, that would have completely quelched even my relationship with your husband, who we first connected on just, like, listening to the same music, which is
Yeah,
such, like, a
Celine Dion.
baseline
Yeah.
like, a baseline, like, dumb
Yeah,
thing,
there doesn't
but
have to be anything more to that, yeah.
but it was like and now he's, like, one of my dear friends, but it's, like,
Mhm.
baseline just, like, we talked about Celine Dion, I think we talked about really just Celine Dion for, like, a whole
Yeah.
weekend, and then at the end, I was like, "I think I love you." So
I think, like, this is love.
yeah, so I don't know, so I think
So
that's kinda
true.
it. Yeah.
It's so
Okay,
true. I love
so
that.
I got one for you. So, what
Alright.
can I help you
Oh.
with? Now for people listening that might be like, "Oof." You might be
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
"I might need to ask somebody that in my life. What can I
Yeah.
help you with?" You might sense that one of your friends, maybe your boo, is struggling with something
Mm.
and
Needs a little
you
something.
and needs a little something, so it's not bad to ask. So, Jasmine, what can I help you with? How are
Oh my
you
gosh,
doing?
thank you so much. Oh, how am I doing? I feel like overall really good. Think what can you help me with from all the way in Florida?
Mm. Yeah.
You could help me by buying me a house next to you
Honestly, yeah.
so that we could be neighbors. Like, is
I
that too much to
knew
ask? I'm
I
sorry. Like,
knew
what are the
that was
bounds
gonna
to this
be
really?
I knew that was gonna be your
No,
answer.
that's long term though,
Yeah,
once you have like a sugar daddy. Like that's different,
I
That's
hope
a
so.
different trajectory for our lives.
Mhm. Yeah.
What could you help me with now? I feel like you do a lot of these things, but just checking in on me can help me by showing up for my kids, which you also do. These are all things you do, so I don't really it's not adding any to your plate. For example, it was just my I know you don't have a lot of room on that plate, girl. It was just my daughter's baptism anniversary, so Nanny, like, DoorDashed her an ice cream cake, best moment of her day. She was so excited. It was so cute. But yeah, showing up for my kids in, like, little ways just means a lot to me. Checking on me, and what else could you help me with? Mm,
I mean, I will start a little,
mm.
like, penny fund just to move you
Thank
guys
you for
back to
the house
Florida.
next door. Thank you so
Because
much.
honest to God, you guys moving back to Florida is one of my recurring, like, daydreams,
It's a
so
dream.
yeah,
It's a
although
dream.
I love, love, love you guys, something about where Jasmine lives in Wisconsin,
It
it's
is nice,
idyllic,
yeah.
it's giving
Mhm.
calendar. When it's not negative
Yeah.
300 degrees, it's like a
It's
calendar.
so true.
She
Yeah, it
lives,
is
like,
beautiful.
by horses, it's like the food is really
Mhm.
nice, it's quiet, it's, like,
It
so
is.
nice, it's so
Yeah,
nice.
it's all really good. I also just got not to sweeten the deal here for you. Oh,
Okay.
you could also help me by planning your next trip to Wisconsin. That's a real thing. That would really help me. It would help my mental health to know the next time we're gonna see each other.
Yeah,
So if
okay.
we can link up our calendars, that would help me.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, to really sweeten that deal, we just got this is very Wisconsin. We got a deep freezer because one of our friends, they raise cows and we just bought a quarter of a cow worth of meat so today we get to go pick it up, and our freezer is gonna be stocked with like steaks, brisket, ground beef, like all this stuff. So I'm gonna be cooking. So
Oh my
consider that.
gosh,
It's
dude,
100 pounds of meat. So be the
you guys have, like, bought a part
a quarter
like,
of a cow,
that's, like,
which
so exciting.
my middle child did think we were getting a cow. And then my
Fair.
daughter was like, no, it's slaughtered. My eldest. And she was like, what does that mean? And so now she is a budding vegetarian. So wish us luck.
She is a vegetarian until you put down some, like,
Yeah.
really yummy meatballs or brisket in front of her, and she'll
No,
be
it's so
like,
true, then she'll get over it, and she did say, "So, when I eat chicken nuggets, does that come from a cow too?" And my eldest was like, "Think about what you just said."
"Think about what you just said, and I'm gonna need you to repeat it, but also the chicken has been slaughtered,
Yeah,
and
but also those chickens you like to pet at your friend's house, we're
they
eating them now.
have"
So, yeah,
it's just like
hard truths,
yeah, hard truths, hard truths. Okay, I got a follow-up
Um
question for you.
Oh, okay, okay, oh my gosh.
What title would you give this chapter in your life?
What title would I give? I feel like I wanna go, like, Friends style, like, the
Okay.
ones where Jasmine is a mom and tries to run a business. Emphasis on the tries. Emphasis on the tries. But like mom first, but then I also, like I run a camp and just try my best at that
Yeah.
journey,
The one where she tries her best.
where I try my best. I also want to say for us as a unit, and I say unit as me, you, and Steven, throw
Yeah.
Juliana in the mix, of course.
Oh, of
Um,
course.
it's maybe like the one where we all heal. I feel like we're all in this era of like really trying to be our best selves for
Mm,
all four of us, for my children.
yeah.
And I think we're very emphasis on like healing from anything that's happened to us in our lives up to this point that influences like how we react to each other, how we react to kids, which I think is just it's a good season to be in regardless.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think that's a great response. So thank you
Thank
for
you.
your thoughtful answer.
Okay, I have a very intense question for you following
Okay,
up on that.
I'm ready.
What are you currently working through that I don't see, if anything?
Something that
I
you
don't
don't
see a
see
lot now that we're long
because you're
distance.
not okay, there.
Yeah.
Because you're
Okay.
not physically here, although I like tell you everything. So there's no new thing that I
Yeah,
wouldn't
but is
tell
there
you.
anything else under the surface? Like when you lay down at night, when you're done doom scrolling, when you close your eyes,
Yeah.
what is all going on for you?
Let's see. Something that maybe that I no, I think I told you, but I
Okay.
deleted the social media apps off of my phone.
Okay,
Um
you did not tell me, so I guess
Oh, okay.
we are really strangers.
Okay. Yeah, we are
Okay.
strangers. I deleted all the social media apps off my phone besides Facebook, so I have Facebook Marketplace,
Of
and
course. Yes, yes, yes.
yeah, because I love to scroll. That's like my news, so I just love Facebook
That
Marketplace.
is social media, yeah.
But I, like, deleted Instagram, TikTok, all that, and I actually haven't been on any of those things for, like, 3 months.
What?
I just
I
yeah.
literally know nothing about you.
Yeah, so
That
the
makes sense. They're
only
saying your stuff
time
on Instagram every day.
yeah, so the only time I go on Instagram is probably once every couple weeks, and it's just to maybe look at stories for the show,
Yeah,
and then
and
I
all the things they send you.
yeah, and then all the stuff I send, so then we could talk about it, but then other than that,
Yes.
I don't go on it. I deleted it off my phone, so I just go if I want to go on it, I have to go on my desktop, so I have to, like, physically sit down,
Oh,
stop
it's so much
myself,
work. Who's gonna
and
do
go on
that? Yeah.
yeah, so I'm like, that way, I'm more inclined to be like, "Let me make a good investment of this time and sit and blah, blah, blah." But if I don't
Wow.
but I can't sit at my desktop forever, so it really also helps me to not spend too much time,
So
um,
true. Yeah.
so then I kind of am, like, forced to get off. So, yeah, so
What
that is, yeah,
what
that's
have you
probably
felt like are the outcomes of that? Are you spending your time differently? Have you seen
yeah.
impact on your mental health? How have you been?
The outcomes of that is that I did think that I would start tweaking if I deleted, like, TikTok because you know
Yeah,
that I
yeah.
would come to your house and just
Yeah,
be like, "You
deeply
got"
addicted.
I'll be like, "You guys wanna see all the TikToks that I have liked lately?"
Which
And it would
was some
just
of the
be
best
like
nights of our lives. Yeah.
and it would be, like, some hours of just me showing
Yeah.
videos and being like, "What is this?" So, I, like I I think it has really just been, like, I've been going to bed earlier. Sometimes I'm
Nice.
like, "Okay, I'll go home and I'll do this thing," you know, uh, that I need to actually be doing or, like, at work in dead times, I won't, like, be scrolling, I'll just kinda be like, "Alright, well, I guess I'll just" I don't know, listen to a podcast if I'm chilling,
Yeah.
or I'll just kind of, like, listen to some music while I'm typing. So it's been really just kinda more productive in the sense that
Oh,
I'm not, like, spending my time doom scrolling, and I think with the state of the world, which this is anti-depressing, so, like, we're not gonna super go there, but
yeah, yeah,
we
yeah.
all wink, wink get it.
We all
Um,
get it.
with the state of the world too, and my own, like, health, it has also just been the most beneficial for me not
Yeah.
being a paranoid anymore. So,
That's so true.
yeah. So, yeah.
That's so true. Okay, I love you're actually inspiring me. I have been debating, which I'm
Yeah.
sure we'll talk about this
Yeah.
pre-Lent, but what Lent is gonna look like, and I really think I'm gonna delete all social media off my phone for
Mhm.
during Lent, because
Yeah.
similar to what you're saying, I feel like I've just been really reflecting on we are not made to have this much information, like, this amount of
Yeah.
knowledge is just not good for us and to be present to those around me and not thinking about like everything happening in the rest of the world, like I think it needs to go away. And I think there are seasons of your life, like maybe if you're, you know, older and you're not like raising young kids, you're not like starting off your career, like maybe being more involved in all world affairs is maybe you. That's maybe your season. And I think there's validity to that. But I know this is just not my season. This is like my head down, focus on like what's happening in your family and then like the needs you see right in front of you instead of like trying to be depressed about all of the world's issues.
Yeah.
Really like Mother Teresa starting at home energy, like
Yeah,
it needs to start here.
really
Yeah.
like you're trying to warm up the souls of 3 people and,
Yeah.
keeping in tune with
Mhm.
everything happening in the world will not necessarily help warm up your own heart because as a
It's
mother,
so true.
I'm sure that mothers and fathers live in constant states of paranoia.
Mhm.
So I can't imagine that. I would also just log off. And there are other ways
Yeah.
too, for those listening. It's like, hey, you can stay in the
You can
know.
set
Like,
your boundaries with it.
yeah,
You can set
like
your timers, do all your
yeah, like
stuff,
I
you
have
know?
like an app, like a Politico app that sends me news stories like twice a day.
Yes.
So I
Yeah.
can like see what's happening and most of the time I'll read the headline. I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I already know. Yeah, yeah, whatever."
But it's not like
So like,
coming from a random influencer that like might be spinning it. Like you're getting factual news that you're reading is significantly different than like
yeah,
scrolling and like seeing an assassin. Like it's just it's crazy the things you're like
exactly.
seeing just
Exactly.
out there. Like it's a little crazy
Exactly.
right now.
So yeah, so that's
It's
mine.
not a safe space. That's
Mhm.
amazing. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing.
Oh my gosh, thank
Okay.
you for listening. So I
Yes.
have one for you.
Oh, please. Thank
Unless it
you.
was like a follow-up to mine, but like I feel like there's probably not, right?
No, I was just gonna comment to you, this is an affirmation of you and who you
Oh,
are,
man.
that you are such an empath and you always have been highly concerned about everything around you,
Yep.
and in the height of kind of everything, like, the past 5 years and how, like, invested you've been in stuff, I feel like it's been heavy on your heart, and I've been able to see that and how hard it's been for you to, like, see other people suffering and, like, how draining that is, and so I just wanna affirm you that I'm proud of you for, like, stepping back for a second so you can recharge because it is hard when you're an empath to, like, carry the weight of every, like, tragedy that's happening to every person, so I'm happy for you, and I'm thankful that you've been able to kind of recharge and like, feel the life re-enter your
Thank
body and like the light come back to your eyes. It is like, it's nice to like see the good. So
thank
I'm happy
you
for you.
so much, and I will receive that because it has been something that I feel has helped me to be less of just like a
I was
wildly
frazzled. Yeah.
wildly unstable emotional person, so this is
Yeah.
really yeah, so I do feel really
I
good
get that. I
about it.
love this journey for you.
Yeah, so thank you. Okay, so
You're
I
welcome.
have a would for my last question for you, I have a would you rather question.
Okay, amazing.
Okay. Okay, so there's 2 that I wanna okay. Would you rather
Man.
be known this is actually my last one, I won't use would you rather be known for your strength or your softness?
Ooh, I would rather be known for my softness. And I don't think that's something I'm often known for, but that is what I would rather be known
Literally
for.
an hour ago, I was like, "Do you wanna be the boogeyman?" And you were like, "I will haunt."
I will. I will ruin their life. Yeah, I do desire that, like, in my motherhood, in my relationships with friends, like, I really do, but I am also an eldest daughter, and I will snap into, like, protective mode quickly, and I think
Yeah.
that's what people take away from me. Like, I think about my
Uh,
staffs in the summer, and because we've worked together, and I would say when we were co-managers, like, they didn't remember me as the soft one, that's for sure. Like, Chanel, soft, huggy, empathetic, and then I would be like, "Also do your job," you know?
Also,
Um,
you guys were like, "When this camp has to run." Yeah.
yeah, I feel like I just really, like I see what people's potential are, and I really want them to live up to that,
You
and so
do.
it comes across more strong than soft, I would say. But
No,
normally
that's
when
fair.
someone's like, "Oh, that person's so strong," it's because 'cause they've just gone through a lot of trauma in their life, and I also don't desire that for my future self, you know? So I
Yeah.
really hope that, like, this is my soft era, and I
Yeah.
can continue to just be soft, and people aren't like, "Wow, she's been through so much, she's so strong."
Yeah. You
Like,
just be
how
like, "That
about just like,
woman."
"Oh, she's just, like, gentle and
Yeah, and she's
soft."
just
That
like a
would be
kind
nice.
person that you just wanna
Yeah.
spend time with and talk to. Yeah.
Yes, I
Honestly,
do desire it for me.
and to affirm you though,
Thank
whenever I
you.
think about you, I'm always like, "Oh, Jasmine is like my." I don't know, like my little huggy. We listen to music,
Oh,
we'll watch
love.
shows, we'll like laugh together. It's always I oftentimes think of you of like when you come down here, I'm like, we're gonna have fun. We'll go to Epcot, we'll drink around, we'll talk. I'm like,
We'll talk around the
I'm
world
exposing us.
while we drink it
We'll
out.
talk around the world.
We'll
We'll
chat
drink around the world, you know? But it's oftentimes like a lot of things are I'm like, oh, it's a lot of like nice things that are like
It's
gentle and nice.
amazing, I'll take it.
Yeah. And then when I'm like, hey, I actually need someone to tell me something straight up, I will be like, oh, she will also do that.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair, it's both
Yeah, but
and.
it's much more of like, okay, I just kind of I know that the two of us will just do something that will be refreshing to me. You're not
That's so
always someone that
good.
I'm looking to be like, "Oh my gosh, okay, this person's really gonna whip me into shape," because
That's great.
I have
You
like
have people like that.
my younger sister for that who is that person. So,
Aren't they always? I
yeah, aren't
know.
they always? So, yeah, so to affirm you in that. Yes.
Thank you, I will receive that. My last question for you is kind of similar to what you were just talking about us and our music. What song best describes our relationship?
Okay.
And I have a couple guesses.
Yeah. Okay. So for everyone listening, you're gonna be like, these songs are very romantic.
You
Okay.
know what?
So
Just take it for what it is.
and whatever you think about it, it is that. We're
It
not
is.
trying to
It's
even
what you think.
it's exactly what you think, actually. So I would say they are 2 Ben Rector songs. It would
Of
either
course.
be
Yeah, yeah.
it would either be "It Would Be You," which is a song about, um,
The end of the
saving
world with
someone
his
at the
wife.
end of the world and only finding that person and saving them,
Yeah.
or "Old Friend" by Ben Rector,
Oh, I
because you have
love
been one of my longest friends,
We Are Old
and
Friends.
we are old friends, and it feels really crazy to think, like, we have known each other since we were teens, and now we're adults, and to think of, like, how stupid and silly we were,
So
and,
silly.
like, now we're, like, making real decisions for ourselves, but, like, just to reminisce on, like, you know, getting rent-a-cars and feeling so crazy that we could drive a rent-a-car, and,
So
and it's
true.
just like now we're in our 30s. It's just really crazy to think.
It is
So
insane.
it probably my top one whenever I think about you would probably be "Old Friends" by Ben Rector. That's whenever I think
That's
about you, I'm
so
like,
sweet.
wow, because you are
You
just like
reminisce.
one of my oldest friends. I think besides my mom, you're it.
Thank you so much. You're good
Yeah.
at sustaining friendships, so that makes sense. I would
Oh,
say honorable
thanks.
mention to "Fly with Me" by the Jonas Brothers, circa, like, 2006.
No, not "Fly With Me." Yes, okay.
Just because remember at that concert when that, like, moved us in such a way, me, you, and Juliana.
Wow,
Um,
not "Fly
but
With
Ben
Me."
Rector is
That
our new era
song.
that's, like that's everything to
That's like our
us.
grown-up era where, like, no, he gets how we are as adults. But "Fly With Me" and
It unlocks something. Oh gosh, yeah.
just like any kind of old Jonas, um,
Yes.
is also that. So,
Evokes
yes,
so much feelings that we both
it
had in
no,
different
it
parts of the country, you
it
know?
really does, because then we
We
can
were
both
connected
talk
the whole
about
time.
going to those concerts and feeling like
Yep,
something sparked and something happened. So,
it's
yeah,
so true.
definitely also any old Jonas. I agree. I agree.
I love. Well, this has been great. I feel like I learned a lot about you.
Same.
I shared a lot about me. I am
Thank you.
hopeful that this helps if you're listening for you to spark up a conversation with the people around you. And you know what? If you message us, I'll send you the link to this Quizlet. I'll do it. So you can
If you
shuffle
message
through.
us, I will send you the fruits of somebody else's work.
I'll do it. I'll share it with you. So let me know if you want the link because I just really think, it could help a lot of relationships, make a lot of positive change.
That part, that part.
So
Well, I
true.
know that in a real way, the world can be pretty depressing, but thank
We
God.
are not.
Thank
Oof,
God
bless
that we are
up.
not, you guys.
We're
So
not.
stick with
Never
us.
will
We'll
be.
stick with you. We love you. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye.